Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Juan Tamesi, Energy Focuser, and I will be doing the weekly energy reading for March 8th through March 14th, 2021. And before we get started, I just want to show you this really nice gift that a friend of mine gave me. This is the Tarot deck. Reconnect with you. I was going to say reconnect with yourself. We have the book in here, and it has the various readings that you can do, different layouts, obviously the significance of each card, whether it is I'm guessing if it's in the correct position upright or if it's reversed, it has a different meaning. And as I mentioned before, I don't do readings when the cards are upside down. It really has no significance to me. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the same energy, but either less or a adverse kind of situation happening. But we can see the different pictures, keywords to remember, etc. It's very nice. I like it. Since I am familiar with tarot, I really don't use the meanings that they give here. But we can see some of the different layouts that they have: a 3-card reading, a 5-card reading. These I usually put 3 across or 5 across. I don't do this type of layout. Only when I do the Celtic cross is when I actually do the layout a little bit different. But anyway, thank you very much for this wonderful gift. Eventually I will be using these cards as well, so I can do the weekly reading. So let's go ahead and get started with our first pair. And we have ego and we have hand in hand. So the majority of the time when we think of ego, we think of something negative. We think of it as being selfish, self-centered, but that's exactly what you have to be in life. You have to be selfish and you have to be self-centered, because you can only do for self. You can only do for yourself. And when you are good, when you are well with who you are, then you can give. So this combination right here is telling us it is very important to be centered before we help others. And as we become centered, we become familiar with who we are, what we want, where we want to be, and what outcome we can more likely expect out of any situation. So don't worry about having other people or helping other people be happy, achieve goals, do things. That is beyond your control. But when you are full, then you can help. So our next combination is release and city. So release, self-explanatory, letting go of people, things, situations that no longer help you, serve you, benefit you, however you best want to label that. It's time to let go. And the city is talking about either doing things very quickly or you're leaving things behind physically to actually move. So however this combination best suits you, take it in that direction. It doesn't mean that you're going to up and leave. It very well could. So if you're deciding on moving, it's time to let go of whether it be the furniture, the relationship, obviously maybe the job, or maybe you don't have one and you're seeking one and it's time for you to go. However this, again, best suits you, all right? And again, city means big. It means having bigger dreams, bigger aspirations, wanting more out of life. That's why you're releasing everything that no longer serves you. Our next combination is 10 of Fire and the Executioner. So the 10 of Fire, or the Fire card, is about initiative, and the number 10 is about the end of that pinnacle. Those from the Ace through 10, we have a whole 9 cards in between. So it's an unfolding journey until we get to the number 10. So this number 10 Fire card is talking about doing way too much. Maybe at work, you're overexerting yourself. You're wanting to do more than you possibly can. Maybe you're handling more than you're supposed to. So maybe it's time to talk to your boss and let them know that this is becoming a burden and you're burning out. And if they really want you to stay around, then they need to lighten that workload. Okay. And the next combination is the high priestess and the finger of God. So the high priestess has to do with intuition, with your inner guidance, listening to your gut feeling, listening to that voice that's telling you that feels good or it doesn't feel good. And that's what I mean by the voice, because when you feel good, you kind of hear like, yes, go for it. And when it doesn't feel good, you're almost like stopping yourself and you put that doubt into your own mind. So it's time to listen to your intuition, because things will be unfolding in the best possible way. We have the finger of God. The finger of God represents, if you wanted to call it a miracle, call it a miracle. I call it a natural unfolding of things. I call it everything is working out for you. Things are on your side, even if it doesn't seem like it, but it is moving forward. There is some type of movement. Our next combination is Two of Air and the Scapegoat. So the Two of Air is talking about conflict. Having either internal conflict, having conflict with someone. It's overthinking and maybe over communicating. And I want to say that this has to do with someone, because we have the scapegoat card there. And the scapegoat is telling us that we're not taking the responsibility that we're supposed to. So if you're fighting within yourself because you should have, could have, would have, could have, and you didn't, well, there's no point in going over that situation anymore. That already happened. Look forward to where you want to be. The next logical step. Now, what is the next logical step? Depending on how you feel is the next logical step. If you're feeling angry, you're not going to go from anger to excitement. Okay, you might go from anger to frustration to revenge to feeling whatever, until you eventually get back to feeling happy about the situation or whatever that might be that is currently happening. So don't look for someone outside of you to take the blame when you yourself make the choices and decisions every moment of every day. The next combination, we have the Moon and Trinity. The Moon, just like the High Priestess, has to do with intuition. It has to do with cycles. It has to do with phases. So just because you are on one side of a situation does not mean you will not get to the other side of that situation. Plain and simple, just allow the growth to happen. As I've said before, you plant a seed, you don't expect for it to be a full grown tree the next day. And some of these trees have been around for hundreds of years. So patience, understanding, easing things, smoothing things out, making it easy on yourself. Don't worry about the end goal, because there will never be an ending. There will always be a continuous unfolding of more. And the Trinity is choices, decisions, again, carrying a burden, carrying something, a fight within yourself, but knowing that you activate everything within you. When you activate the negative, you're also activating the positive. You just have to smooth it out. When you activate the positive, you activate the negative, and eventually you're going to go from one end of the spectrum to the other. But when you know your balance, as I mentioned over here, you will not go through drastic mood swings. The Moon represents mood swings, and I know because my sign is ruled by the Moon, and I know mood swings. And the last combination, excuse me for moving the camera. Let me see if I didn't go out of focus. No, I'm good. Okay. So we have the Page of Air and Yes. So you will receive good news. There is something coming your way with good news. It is time to move forward. So all these communication pieces will come together and you have a resounding yes. So maybe you talk to your boss and they will tell you, okay, we're going to work with you. We're going to ease the workload. Maybe they will tell you you're getting a raise. Maybe they're going to tell you you're getting a promotion to a new position. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. Big changes coming. And they don't have to be negative, just big changes coming. You've been preparing over a period of time for this change to occur. Embrace it, accept it with open arms. It is your time to shine and just love your life each and every day. We have the fire card and 2 air cards. So we have some initiative and we have a lot of communication, a lot of thinking and a lot of talking. We don't have the water, so the emotions are not really playing a big role. We don't have the earth. The stability is a little bit lacking here, but that's okay. Some things have to unfold, as I mentioned. And then our center or our theme for the week, the High Priestess and the Finger of God. Follow your intuition. Things are unfolding for you. Things are going your way. Even when they seem like they are not, they are. Sometimes you have to, again, release, let go of that no longer serves you in order to receive this good news or to see things in a positive perspective. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for this gift. This goes with my other cards of tarot and intuitive cards. I have over 100 decks of cards. And I only stick to these 2. And eventually I'll do more readings, not for the week, but just general readings. We're using the other oracle cards. So thank you for watching, and I will be back with more videos.